There they are.
And they're not drinking right now. See, went from drinking to nothing in their hands.
Not always.
We needed to bring in some real experts for National Drink Beer Day, and we brought in these two.
Yes, we did. We're joined by one of our producers, Kelsey Mattingly, and her sister, Katy, here. These two run an Instagram account, love the name, called The Brewer's Daughters, dedicated to promoting and supporting the local beer scene. And you all do a fabulous job.
Oh, they do.
Thank you.
I love
They've
your
been
videos.
on the ground supporting these local breweries for years now.
Oh, they really are. Yes, they have.
Hard work, drinking beer.
Twist our arm.
Twist our arm.
You know,
I know. So, Brewer's Daughter. Let's talk about how you all came up with the name. I think there is a family connection there.
a little bit.
There is. So first, real quick, we'll get into how I even started this account because obviously our dad's a brewer, and so I thought, I'm going to do my own little beer account. We'll see how it goes. And I had it in college. It was private, not a big deal. And then quarantine hit, obviously.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, let's make this public. Started getting a little bit of a following, and then I was like, you know what? The brewer has 2 daughters.
So it was the Brewer's Daughter.
It was the Brewer's Daughter. So
You're like, let's
singular.
make it plural.
Yeah, let's make it plural.
Yeah.
And so, of course, the Brewer's Daughters. Who is the brewer, Katy? Tell me.
Yeah, so our dad,
Tell me more.
Tell me more about our father.
so our father is the brewer. His name's Ken. He's been brewing for about 27 years. He started home brewing, and then they opened up in 2016 our first location in Louisville, and it's called Old Louisville Brewery. And we also have a second location in Shelbyville as well. That's called the Barrel Room, and that's been open for about 2 years now. So he's got his hands into everything. He's been brewing for a long time, so he knows what he's talking about. But as he says, you can always learn more as well.
There's his pictures. Look
He
at
is.
him.
Oh, we love Ken. He's one of the smartest people I know, truly, and he's also a teacher. So he kind of brings that whole chemistry, science background into his brewing, and he's so good at it.
Well, and this was actually so he just retired. Last year was his last year of teaching. I know.
Go Ken.
What a year to go out,
I
too,
know,
you know?
I know.
Yeah.
Such a bizarre year. And so now he actually gets to brew a lot more because we live in Mount Vernon, Kentucky, which is an hour south of Lexington, and he brews in Louisville. So that's 2.5 hours there and 2.5 hours back. So he was doing a real intense commute on his weekends after he was teaching.
Yep.
So now he gets to, take a little more time to do his passion.
And more fun things, get
yeah.
to try out different types of beer to make, see whatever beer works best for the community, what people like, and just go from there.
Well, I do follow your all's Instagram, and it's one of the only
I put
things I really pay.
notifications on your phone.
You did. You turned them on for me, so I get them all the time. So I go. I mean, you all are really into the local beer scene, obviously. How important is it right now to kind of push toward those businesses that are all out here just trying to have fun and make $1 or $2?
Definitely. So one big thing that we try to harbor within our account is promoting diversity and inclusion within the craft beer industry. And so a lot of the times it's really male-centered and male-focused, and we try to open that up to also women in beer and LGBTQ in beer and other demographics in the beer community. And so we like to go around to our local breweries here. There are 10 in Lexington, and 9 in Lexington, and 1 in Richmond, Dreaming Creek. Yes.
I always forget too, and I can't do math.
And so especially as you're talking about during the pandemic, where a lot of people couldn't go out, a lot of the local breweries were having kind of pickup locations. You could order online, come pick it up, but it still wasn't doing as much as it would during the normal time. And so over Christmas, we actually did a bartender beer fund.
Yeah, we did the GoFundMe. I think we talked about it a little bit on here, actually. Olivia Russell, I miss you. She interviewed us about it. But yeah, we pretty much just asked the community, to pitch in for this GoFundMe. We had a really big giveaway. All the breweries actually donated some items from their locations that served as a prize. So everyone could donate $5. You get your name put in, and then we ended up raising, I think, enough to donate almost between $250 and $300 to each of the breweries just for their bartenders.
That was awesome. I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah, so they were each able, they could distribute it. Some of the breweries only have 2 or 3 bartenders, so they were able to split it just 2 or 3 ways, and that was right before Christmas, a really big deal to a lot of them. And so,
I mean, drinking is something you want to do with your friends in a group, so the pandemic was really tough on that industry, even though apparently we've all been drinking a lot more since the pandemic.
Just at home.
Been a lot of studies about that.
Right.
But yes, it's true. So let's talk a little bit. A lot of people only know the Bud Lights, the Mick Ultras. So how would you introduce them into the world of craft beer? Because there's just so much beyond that, right?
Well, it's nice you asked because one of the beers I brought today, my personal favorite, the Strawberry Kolsch from West 6. I was about to say, I think we've asked both of you to try it before. And it's a great light beer, and it has a little bit of fruitiness in it, but you're getting more body than you would. What camera? Here we go. Thanks, Rob.
It's such a pretty can, too.
It is pretty
eye-catching. It does. It pulls you into it.
And so it's a light beer, but you get a little bit more body, a lot more body than you would with like your typical Bud Light, but you still get a little fruitiness as well that I feel like kind of balances out maybe the flavors people aren't used to of a craft beer.
Right.
So we're definitely going to open it right now because my mouth is very dry.
She needs it.
She
needs
something.
I know, I've been here
She's
since
nervous.
11 last night. Yep, it's going to foam.
And it
Sorry,
foamed.
it was shaking up on the way here.
We were so
Why were you
excited.
shaking it up on the way over? You wanted me to open it and spew in my face, didn't you?
Would have been
That
good
was
to
the
you.
original plan.
It would have been good.
And so
You're
some
right.
different types of beers, if you're getting introduced in the craft beer, is a lager, a pilsner, a Helles, Helles. So that's how you pronounce that, Helles. And those are good options to get in if you're a little bit more, gosh.
Kelsey's falling apart over there.
If you are familiar with craft beer, some other good options would be a porter or a stout. We know Blue Stallion does a porter that you can mix with Pivot Brewing's gingham cider, so it kind of makes that peanut butter and jelly flavor,
Ooh, yum.
which is delicious. So definitely try that out. But like we said, all these local breweries, they're very helpful, they're very beneficial, and they can give you
I'm big
lots
on
of insight.
I'm big on
Is this
sour
one going to do
beers.
it too?
I don't think so. I think
right.
we'll be good.
All right.
I think we'll be good on
All right.
Okay, here we go.
All right. we got
Kelsey, you had two choices and you
I
chose
chose
wrong.
wrong.
All right, so
I mean,
tell me
it's
about
still
this one
going.
here. What is this?
So this is our from Mirror Twin. It's a Sour Reflections. They release them usually on Fridays. This is their 5th year anniversary, so they're doing a special Sour Reflections beer. And this is usually a sour, very tart, fruit heavy. And so on this one that we're trying today, it is cherry limeade and raspberry slushy
Oh, that
sour.
sounds very good. Sounds good. Sounds tasty.
Are we not getting
Cheers.
cheers?
They have a slushy machine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
about that.
I'm sorry.
I was just so excited. They have a
happy
slushy
about that.
machine there at Mirror Twin that I saw when I went over there not too long ago. And we were talking about the cans earlier. One of their bartenders actually is an artist as well, and they had a new beer that was kind of dedicated to dogs. It was for like National Dog Day, I think, and she used all of like the bartenders and the brewers behind the scenes, all of their actual dogs for the can.
Oh, that's really
So that's one of the.
nice.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that makes me really like local
Oh, yeah,
breweries. That
definitely.
connection.
And how they also do a great job, especially during the pandemic and a little bit after, of working with other local businesses as well. So Wisebird Cider worked with Black Soil to do a cider and food pairing. Ethereal collabed with another brewery to make Black is Beautiful. So all those proceeds that they raised were donated to a Black-owned business or charity. This was kind of a few months ago, I think. So it's interesting to see how the craft beer industry can also come together, but work with the community as well.
Well, you two are really awesome. Everything you're trying to do for the brewing community out there, we really appreciate you. We appreciate you a lot because we work with you every day.
Yes.
Well, we love your sister too.
Yes.
So
I know.
We come as a
appreciate
package
you.
Yeah, we do.
That's right.
She keeps
So
me afloat.
if people are, looking for inspiration, you guys are a great resource for that. So tell people how they can follow along with you guys.
So we are on Instagram primarily at the Brewer's Daughters, now plural. So we include both. We're really just on Instagram. That's really the only platform that we use. I think we have a Twitter.
We do have a Twitter. It's very, very new. We only have like 100 people following us, so we need to really step up our game.
So
for that one.
follow us on
Well,
Twitter.
Instagram is I feel like that's all I
huge,
use
yeah.
anyway.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
for sure. So follow us there. And yeah.
If you have any
Sorry,
questions, reach out.
I really went off the rails here with this one.
It's okay. It's still
It's still
foaming.
foaming.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
It's like a science experiment. I would be so proud.
Well, we appreciate you guys for coming so much.